Oddly enough, the story kind of comes full circle. When I worked in Eugene, he was in high school. Now here he is, a full-grown man in college. A little late to the game. Playing Division III sports isn't going to get many to the pros in the field, but it certainly can in the game of life. Linfield Jr. Cason Cunningham was one of the thousands, the few, the proud, to salute the Marines' 242nd birthday Friday. Semper Fi with a 25-year-old Marine Corps veteran on the mound in McMinnville. Linfield lefty Cason Cunningham always had a dream of playing college baseball. That is, after becoming a United States Marine.
Got to go to the Maldives, Hawaii, and the Philippines, Singapore, Kuwait, the United Arab Emirates, Djibouti, Africa, Bahrain, Australia, and East Timor.
Cunningham is now in his third fall on campus in McMinnville after serving 4 years in the Marines.
I had, some buddies I went through infantry training with that went to Afghanistan, and some of them have some pretty sad stories about buddies that got blown up and stuff, so I'm definitely very grateful that I didn't have to go through that.
Cason avoided combat during his 2 tours of duty, and he's certainly thankful for that. The machine gunner is now back to his home base on the baseball diamond.
He's certainly mature, both on and off the field. He gets it. You don't have to worry about growing up. He understood that he needed to study. I think he's a much better student now than he was when he was in high school even. Not that he was bad, but I think he pays attention to it a little bit more and sees what's out there.
Stan Manley was Cunningham's high school coach at Sheldon in Eugene.
When I was in Australia, I got an email from Stan asking me, hey, would you like to come play at Linfield? And I was like, sure.
I said, well, why don't you send me a few videos of you playing catch and throwing the ball, and he did.
Manley, then a Linfield assistant, and now the Wildcats head coach, watched his former ace set the Linfield record for strikeouts last spring with 102. But Wild Thing was the first to appear in year 1 with the Cats.
I was a little wild my freshman year. I don't know if I set any records for walks, but I must have come close because I had quite a few. Carnahan talked to me and said, hey, I'd like you to pretend you're a sniper in the Marines and try and really focus in and hit your spots. And I said, well, coach, that's why they gave me a machine gun, because I'm not that accurate.
The former squad leader is the old man in the clubhouse.
The umpires will say, coach, if I'm standing in between the dugout and the bullpen, coach, you need to get in the bullpen of the dugout. Oh man, man, I didn't think I looked that old. Our first baseman sometimes will come back in the dugout and tell me what the other team said. Like, I heard he's 30 years old, got 8 kids or something. There's some pretty wild stories out there.
I think what guys see is how much joy Cason has on the baseball field. He doesn't have the down days. I don't know that he's ever had a bad day. If he has, it hasn't shown.
A salute to Cunningham, to the men and women who served our country and continue to fight for our freedoms.
It feels good to know that it isn't something that people take lightly, and I've got buddies that are still in and are still, going to Afghanistan. And it's nice to know that they're not forgotten.
Cason, who also pitched this summer for the Corvallis Knights, is majoring in history with a minor in education. He wants to be a history teacher and a high school baseball coach. We salute those who fought for our country and salute today. In studio, Nick Krepke, Fox 12 Oregon.